have Ritika here, who's been part of the Writing for the Soul journey for a long time. I think, are you into season 3 or 4?
Three.
Season 3. Okay. Now, I want you to share with us how you have evolved, as in terms of your writing, as a person. How has Writing for the Soul helped you? And recollect when you wrote your first piece and going along this path, how you see yourself changing, evolving with every piece that you wrote, and where has this journey brought you? Before we go ahead and have you narrate the last story that you finished, Life Unlived, kindly walk us through the journey, or take us through the journey in your own words.
It all began 2 years ago, and I stand corrected. It's my fourth season. I met Indrajit and Simran very coincidentally. It was out of nowhere. I was just at the right place at the right time, I must say. And when I learned, I didn't even know what was the workshop about. I didn't even know why I was there. I just sat and I heard, and all I had to do was write. And Indrajit was there. He explained what writing is and how difficult it is not. And it was not the fear in me to write, but it was more of the fear of expressing. The words can be written very easily, yes, but writing your own words was something I enjoyed. And this was more like a therapy to me.
Had you have you been writing before?
Never. Never. I used to write my school essays, of course, but nothing apart from that. And I just couldn't believe I could write because it was never done.
So when you read your first piece that you wrote as part of Writing for the Soul, and you sort of flip back
Yeah.
through the notebook and you look at what you've just completed, I mean, I must congratulate you for
Yeah.
writing a long 10,000 word story, because that 10,000 mark stared you in the face, and it sort of first overawed you, it scared you.
It
Tell
did.
me how Herculean the task was, and how you confronted it, and how you got over it.
So the first time when I wrote, I couldn't write anything. So it was just 10 lines. I remembered, and a line contained 5 or 6 words. That's it.
Okay.
That was my first part, and it was a riddle. I still remember a riddle, and it was named A Finger. That's where I started from. But as I grew, I started learning more, because when I learned how to characterize my character, how to build a character, that was something very interesting. I remember Indrajit, you teaching me how to smell the senses, the fragrances around me, how to observe people around me, how to just sit and watch and not think, just watch. So that was really opening, not just for writing, but even for being aware, which I was really not back then. And once I started writing, I knew I was not being judged, because you never judged me. There were no scores. So, yes, I was more comfortable with that. And the group that I got every single season, every single session, they were different people. And I don't think I even know them personally. I don't know about their households. Even I don't know their last names. But what we share, the that we share, we learn so much from each other as well. So when we share and you're there to correct us, to you correct everyone, it's as if my own mistakes are being corrected, because I hear, yes, I'm making the same mistake, I guess. Yes, I'm making the same mistakes again and again, I guess. So I should change that. And then I started writing a bit longer, and most of my pieces were self-reflectory, and And making characters and building a fiction story was a bit tough for me. But this season, I challenged myself. You helped me to come out of my comfort zone. And must I say, yes, you were a strict teacher. And those words, 10,000 words, that was the target I set for myself. And it took me hardly 6 hours. It took me just one Sunday to complete my story. And I was so nervous to share it with you because it was my first 10,000 words. And I loved it. I loved writing it. I loved, I loved reading it. I loved reading it out to you. And all I know is that I don't know if I can do better. I know I want to do more.
So on a percentage meter, when we devise characters, how much of one's own self does a fiction writer end up pouring into the characters? As in, the self-reflection and all the past writing somehow seeps into the character. You give a lot of wisdom to the character you create, right? So your protagonist in this story, Miss Mishra, right? How much of your voice, authentic voice, is in there, and how many times have you both sat down and talked about it and discussed and argued, as in you and the character you created? And did you really get to spend some time together before you decided to put it out on paper? You and the character.
Oh, yes. This is a little secret, which
Okay.
is not going to be a secret anymore, but yeah. I picked up my old notebooks of Writing for the Soul. They were two. I didn't take any more notebooks because I wanted to finish each and every paper, each and every empty space in it, and I did in this season. And before writing The Life Unlived, I went through everything. I went through every of my last piece, every of my first, second, third, every piece I went through, and I read it to myself, and it was all me. It was all me, either looking at something, it was me watching someone, it was me being empathetic towards someone or something. It was that easy. And when I talked to Priya, it took me 2 weeks to talk to her, actually. She is quite difficult.
She was quite stubborn.
Yeah, she is. And a working woman, tantrums, I
And
tell
she's
you.
too busy.
She's very busy. So it took me two weeks. But in the meanwhile, I was just running through my notes. And I was just looking at myself, that what have I done? What have I written? And who am I in that way? And all I knew, that I don't even know who I am, but I know what I was and where am I going. So yes, this journey of self-exploration is maybe soon, I don't know, but the character is 100% you. It's either you or someone you know or someone you have seen, but it's all a comprehension of your understanding.
So part of you lived and part of you unlived,
Yes.
cherished and maybe sometimes repented upon, and something that you've always been in bits and pieces,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So okay, one last question, one word answer, yes or no. Okay, does writing for the soul heal?
Yes.
Thank you.